Tulisannya. Alright. Juga. Takut copyright. Ya copyright nggak apa-apa, tapi kalau ke take down parah sih. Oh shit. Jaringan. Nah,
Wishing there was something like stranded in the open, dried out. And I don't wanna lose what we've got tonight, baby, 'cause your love's like a
itu kali ya. Kelihatan gak sih? Kita lawan Nottingham Forest. Susah nih lawannya Nottingham Forest.
So hello and welcome one and all from what I can only describe as footballing utopia. The weather is perfect, the fans are in great voice and the players are all set to get started. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. That's got things underway. Aina. Played towards the front line. Well played. That snuffed Banyak. Dukung. Çalhanoğlu. Nice control. Crossed into the box. Oh, what a climb! Moved on forwards. And here's the chance to counter. He's got
Larinya
away.
kenceng banget, bocah.
Oddsnatoy.
Nggak adil banget.
Played into the middle. Bailo claims it. Safe hands. Banyak. That's really well manoeuvred.
Ayo build up, tim.
And it's Çalhanoğlu. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. That's very neat. Turns and goes back.
Berapa kali aja. Banyak.
He is through. Tries a shot.
Oleh. Oleh.
Wonderful effort all by himself.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Keeper's dealt with that. Konate, Çalhanoğlu does well to get it back. He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Ake. Banyak. Well, they could break here. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Promising position. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
Banyak. Ball is over the line. Çalhanoğlu. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Nicely intercepted. And it's played forward. That's a good ball. And he's there to get it away. Reclaimed it in a trice. That's good play. Well, now here's a big chance!
Hampir masuk.
And with that, the half-time whistle goes. It has been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Solid, very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively, I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started. 0-0.
Kenapa? Enggak, mana ada? Banget.
Here we go again then. So the first half brought no goals. Now it's Hudson-Odoi. Ake does really well to win the ball there.
Guys, ada Audi guys.
Banyak. De Paul. Calhanoglu. Great run on the overlap here. Delivered in. He clears it away. Anderson forwards and with intent. Now, what about a counter-attack? Spread out to the left. Lobbed in behind. Cleared away. And it's Calhanoglu. Takes aim and climbs up big! And the header is disappointing in the end.
That's good play, plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Mana tuh datang tuh.
Anderson.
Terus dong. Waduh.
And still we await the first breakthrough. Konate with the foul. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
Paling masuk kan.
Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Right.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Boli. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Calhanoglu has a shot! Another save.
The Paul really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
Hudson-Odoi.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Banyak. That's a... Oh, Manda! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Paul. And he's managed to get free. Chance, surely! It's a loose ball. Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Wah, keren balik.
Look, their supporters must be going back.
And that's it. Frustration, exasperation, vexation.
Anjir, lawan
From
Singapura
an
itu
attacking
bener.
perspective, neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Masih teratas sih. Oke lah. Apa namanya? Kok Netherlands sih? Bukannya Indonesia ya? Shielders. Index. FP. Ganti pemain muda semua. Yo, kan Haris masuk.
Well, good afternoon to you. It is an imperfect day, far from the perfect backdrop to a game so highly anticipated, but it is far too special, too important an occasion to be beaten by the elements. There is quite a buzz here.
Ketiga kali.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We have already started here. Kimpembe. Cross goes in there. Oh, smashing header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's played forward. Well timed, excellent interception. Tomiyasu. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. And he shoots! Oh, this is turning out to be a lively old game.
Yeah, especially in those wide areas, something the team have clearly identified as being the more productive of the channels.
He crossed in early. Real chance!
Yeah.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. Oh, very neat and tidy.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Tomiyasu. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. There's the shot! He scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Kimpembe. What a throw in. Arteta. Decore. That's really well manoeuvred. Kimpembe makes the interception. Oh, he's found support out wide. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Keeper has taken decisive action. Plays it across. Sosa finds himself back in the starting side for the first time in a while. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And it's Hughes. Does really well there, strong defending. Harris. He's found a way through. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Tes.
We hit half-time. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
A half of massive entertainment and excitement. A 2-goal margin, yes, but all things still possible. We're already back up and running after half-time.
Shit.
Played out wide. Lovely feet. Aimed in towards the centre. Clears it away. Harris. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That's a throw.
Masih tidak ada berkontribusi lagi.
Time to deliver. That looks a good cross. Gets good distance on it. Well, Jim, this really does look like a safety in numbers approach to defending we're seeing here.
Well, sometimes you just have to prepare for what's coming your way, and they know that they're going to be involved in certainly the next spell of physicality in dealing with an aerial approach.
Yeah, it's toe-to-toe, bicep to bicep, all about feet inches. Richards shifted upfield. Tomiyasu. Kimpembe forwards and with intent. And the shot! Relentless! Just relentless!
Oleh. Oleh,
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give
Timnas
credit
aja
and
dapat banget nih
fairness
Oleh.
to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
And things are starting to look awfully cosy. Richards, gently done. He has found the way through. He's one-on-one, takes a shot! It's in! And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So is this the start of a comeback? He's in, surely! Tries a shot!
Hat-trick olehnya.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves any favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Either side really getting hold of the ball. Could be danger here. Just the keepers and the finish! Great football, shot and save.
Arteta, he'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Amanda. Oh, nice touch. Goes for the shot! Oh, that's a waste.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. And that's been won straight back. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Oh, look, Peter, this has been a textbook illustration of how not to defend, and finally they've decided to single him out.
Itu loh, depan loh. Mana deh, woi orang. Halo.
You can run onto that.
Tendang woi. Ya.
Oh, extraordinary.
Apa ini tendang coy? Astagfirullahaladzim.
Arteta. Sarr. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Yehi. Time added on 4 minutes. Amanda.
Banget sampai
Tomiyasu.
penyerang.
And the shot!
Oh, anjir.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect to win. They will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance.
Your final thoughts, Jim? I think it comes down to one thing, Peter, the team's ability to dominate the flanks. And once they had that control established in those areas, they were off. And I just really liked what I saw here.
Anjay, masih nomor 1 bro. Aman aja. Ih, Mas Hilger nggak mau di ini dah. Jadi pelu PC kenapa Netherlands ya? Oke lah. Anjir lawannya Manchester City ya kalah. Gimana menangnya? Mati semua nih ini orang. Sama ayah semua. Big marker. Lah, Haaland gak main. Marmus yang main. Aneh banget. Ya menang sih bisa kalau nggak ada Haaland ya.
A warm welcome to all of you on this utterly glorious day. Positive vibes all around us, high on perfect conditions. There is a thrilling football match in prospect here, and we will be getting underway very shortly.
Hai bang, halo. Rere mau jadi YouTuber. Jadilah, kenapa tidak jadi YouTuber?
According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. Wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
Down to business here. O'Reilly. Rodri. Kusanov. Aim forwards. This looks promising. Sabinho. And he's surging through.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
He's through, now is he in? The ball is loose and the chase is on. DePaul forwards, a decent chance! Kusanov getting this one clear. It's really well manoeuvred. Out to the left it goes. He's shifting through the gears here. Sabinho. He's going all the way. That's been drilled in. Sabinho doesn't want to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Moved on forwards. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance. And he cuts out the supply. And it's Bernardo Silva. Savinho. No goals as yet. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Bir.
Harris. De Paul.
Ayo lo kalian.
Offside that time. Donnarumma, on ball by the goalkeeper. And it's O'Reilly. Proves too strong. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Gehi gets his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
And the keeper has it. Harris. 15 minutes till half-time. Ake picks it up now. And a chance! And it's a goal!
Berdiri nggak sih
That
ini?
was easy, almost too easy.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Now it's Bernardo Silva. De Paul, and now the breakaway. And it's been played through. Oh, Manda! He scored! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Bagus
And
operan
now
sih,
he
bagus banget.
has two. So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Diop. Well, that's well seen too. And the finish!
Hat-trick udah.
That is delicious! A finish right from the top draw. Again in a trice, and they are soaring.
Nangis, udah Etihad.
Oh, that is
Stadion
out of
Etihad
this
nangis
world.
itu nangis.
Terrific improvisation and execution. And that means just one thing: match ball.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And the first half is done. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Kotak banget nih.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Clearly not happy with that. Keeper's got good distance on that. Played out to the right. And it's played forward.
Wah.
He's away.
Oh.
He's through.
Wih, ketinggalan.
That defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. De Paul has created one goal already. De Paul, he's in plenty of space here. Well, Jim, this really does look like a safety. And the shot! Deftly away. And here's Ake. Here comes another cross. And they can counter here. Foden. The message is clear, none shall pass. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Yeah, they've set out to man-mark him now, but this is an embarrassing example of too little too late.
And that's been won straight back. Bernardo Silva. It's run loose here. The pass is intercepted. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Ruben Dias. Guardiola. Moved on forwards. Mamouche. Harris. Into the last quarter of an hour. Now this could be shapes to shoot! And it's there! It is no contest. It is a landslide.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look.
Koreknya nampak.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. That's really well manoeuvred. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's found some space. And the shot! Savinho. In the keeper. And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. After all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I certainly enjoyed a really good show of collective effort, both in attack and defence, Peter. I think they had good numbers for the link-up play and attack, and players willing to track back at all times. They were very good.
So that's it for today. Thank you, Jim.
Ya,
And
itu
good afternoon
baru
all.
nggak terlalu jago. Oh, nggak boleh kan. Matteo Sorino. Baldot. Kicaraka. Beckham Putra nggak punya kayak gitu lah. Vendra ada uang tuh. Banyak kali LB-nya. Main cok, woi, Nathan nggak mau. Parah lu Nathan. Pertiama juga mau. Siapa Joko Benar? Inogulik wih. Ada Sadil Ramdhani. Di Royal Liverpool lagi. Kita kasih kaptennya ke Marcelino, yang jangan Pamaya.
Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to a game that has the potential to be a real cracker. Both teams will be keen to make a strong start here, especially given that conditions are set to deteriorate as the match goes on. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs. But if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
So we're up and running. Through it. Tomiyasu. Can he deliver? Bullish header! And somehow he has kept that out. Deftly away. Konate. Tomiyasu shifted upfield. Decent chance! Oh my word, that is quite something! That is a gem! An absolute gem!
What the hell?
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Tomiyasu. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And the shot, he's had a shot! Taken with style. A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. Isak really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Chiesa! Bradley delivers, climbs up big! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Up he goes! wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Could be danger here. Mohamed Salah. Great chance! And that's caused a worry or two.
Well, the look on his face says it all.
Konate, aim forwards. Omanda. Good chance here! That's got him rattled.
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
Aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
Looking for a decent ball in. He'll try to keep this alive. It's a mighty effort! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Can he finish? He's got away with one there.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, usually you're going to get punished.
He's cut it out. Oh, Manda! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah gently done.
Yeah.
And it's Bradley. Szoboszlai. And here's Isak. Oh, what a ball! It's Salah! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Oh, real chance! And here's Chiesa. Chiesa!
Pergi
It's
aja.
a carbon copy of the previous miss. Oh, smashing header!
Oi!
Come back out to him. Really well taken goal. He was really quick to react to the initial save, and he has his reward.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
What a difference a half-time would have.
And the finish!
Wih,
No mistake!
dijaga ngapain lagi.
2 up now, and they are cruising.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Baiknya berenang.
So the lead now is 2. That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Nah, offset prime.
Isak
Enak.
gets flagged offside.
Yeah, just noticing now about that defensive line and how much it's dropping. It's too deep for me.
And why do you think that would be?
Well, it's an obvious move to prevent the opposition from exploiting the space that was usable.
Oh, what a climb! Didn't quite get enough on that.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Amanda.
Aduh Ramdhani. Alamak.
Jones. Moved on forwards. Isaac! And that would have been some goal.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Kenapa tiba-tiba rame dah?
Chiesa does really well to win the ball there. Amanda.
Ya Allah. Jelek banget tengahnya dah. Ah, ini lagi.
Mohamed Salah takes a shot. Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, they've got a big enough job on their hands as it is, Peter. They really need to be putting those chances away.
Hilang.
Now then, the ball's come loose.
Iya.
Amanda. Acuna.
Oh. Pernya kayak gitu.
Szoboszlai. Now it's Isak.
Itu bawa jaga cok. Anjir,
Great defending, strong and determined. Into the last 5 minutes.
Ih, pernya ini loh.
Jones. Szoboszlai. And here's Isak. Mohamed Salah.
Salah,
Physical
baik
challenge.
Salah.
And there's the shot.
Go.
Keeper's not concerned by that. There's some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Tak diganti.
The referee's seen the board and he's going to allow a double change to go ahead now. Amanda. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Amanda.
Salah pencet.
Cross goes in there.
Dulu dong. Diam.
Gravenberg. Added time is up. And there goes the whistle. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration.
Masih top 1 bro. Kalau ikan batu bisa skip aja nggak sih? Pagar bet. Burnley. Untuk Liverpool ini coy, banyak view-nya 3, coy. Anjay. Gitu langkah. Hah? JID. Media knowledge. Mukanya kan Jenner nggak begini dah. Main saha anjir. Juals. Weak. Dukung. Kapten kasih Tomai. Let's go. Susah ini.
Welcome to a big business day, the sharp end of what has been a captivating competition. We are down now to the last 8. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, there is a perceptibly greater sense of urgency from both sides here with a place in the last 4 on the line.
Well, look, when you reach this stage of the competition, you begin to think you can go the distance. Now, the big characters in either dressing room will be stressing the need to find whatever it takes to get through. Has everyone got the substance and character to make it happen? These are the questions that both of these sides have to answer today, and one side will obviously do it that bit better.
reckon is pivotal?
Well, I'm a fan of this guy, Milos Kerkez, who I suspect will make himself a thorn in the opposition side. He's explosive, really dynamic, very energetic, covers a lot of ground. And when it comes to transitions, he's great either at getting forward quickly or getting back to do his job defensively. I can't see many weaknesses.
That looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it. Konate, Gehi. De Paul. That is a brilliant interception. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Keeper's got good distance on that. And it's Kerkez. He's found the way through. And the shot! And he's found the net! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead. This interception, his positioning was spot on. De Paul. That looks a cracking ball. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And it's Kerkez. Tomiyasu cuts out the pass. Well, that is not... Could be danger here. Buat! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick a spot as well.
Gravenberg with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Gehi. That's been slipped through. He's got away. Chance!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Decent chance! Kerkez gets rid without sophistication. Chooses to go back. Buat forwards and with intent. Jones
Really are pushing their fullbacks forward now.
aiming to do what?
Well, it's a case of engaging your opponents further up the pitch to take the sting out of opposition attacks. It's effectively a wide press.
He's making a real surge on the left. He's shifting through the gears here. Trick run this, he's covered quite a distance already. Buat wins the duel this time. And it's played forward. Gakpo. Out to the left it goes. And he's managed to get free. And the ball's come loose here. He's got up short and he's asking for trouble. Spence makes the interception. That's really well manoeuvred. And the counter is on. Banyak. Kerkez gets over and intercepts. Now it's Wirtz. There's the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different...
Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And it's Salah. Gravenberg. Yeah, he's fouled him there. It's Salah! Oh, perfectly measured that. Now it's DePaul. Here's DePaul! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
And here's Isak. He's having a shot! DePaul. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Face to face with the keeper. Oh, good claim by the keeper.
That's just very composed. He held his position really well, and he made him make the first move. He was always in control.
Jones looking for a runner. DePaul. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Gravenberg shifted upfield. Now it's Isak. Oh, they can break here.
Super. Super.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one. Wirtz. Gehi does really well to win the ball there. And he welcomes it in. And there's his chance to lead the counter. He is through here. Oh, what a ball! Oh, shooting chance! Yes, it's there! Just one goal in it now! Game on! That was easy, almost too easy.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And it's Kerkez. Wirtz! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Konate, long ball upfield. Great defending, strong and determined. Moved on forwards. Now that's a fine challenge.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Ball, good take. There's the shot! Dispatched clinically. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he has that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. This has become one superb game of football.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
Offset.
Chance, surely! Oh, yes, it's there!
Itu offset loh.
And that has raised the roof!
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? That is a great pick out.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Gakpo. He's got away. He's had a shot! Worth a try. Shame about the outcome.
Isak clearly felt that he was entitled to try that, and I'm inclined to agree with him. There wasn't anything else on.
De Paul.
Banyak.
That's it. They are out. A shrug, a sigh all round. Accusatory stares and a small indication, as you see, of the scale of disappointment amongst this group of players. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Look, it's the end of an adventure that will have taught them a great deal about how to handle these games.
Oke, semuanya sampai sini. Salah ngerti. Anjir.